Hey guys, it's your girl Tracy coming at you today with a couple of gardening tutorials. I'm getting ready to show you how I'm going to be planting my bell peppers for the summer. I have about, I don't know, 18 or so seedlings that I've started indoors. I started back in February, and so now it's April like 22nd, 23rd, something like that. And we're getting ready to go ahead and put them in the ground, or at least in my raised bed. So this raised bed is about 12 by, what is this? 12 by 6 feet? No, 12 by 4 feet long. It's a raised bed my husband built a long time ago. And we had actually just refreshed the soil today. So we added in some compost. Oh snap, look at that big old bug. We added in some compost. What is that? Ooh, it's a flying. Oh, it's, you got it done. What the world? I hope I got it. Ooh, I'm telling you, these are new little insects coming out that I have never ever even seen before. Anyway, so man, it better not be another one. Anyway, so in this raised bed right here, we have some old soil that we have refreshed, and inside of it we put some more old soil that we had amended with some compost and some perlite to kind of loosen it up a bit. Also some raised bed soil along with some worm castings. And so now I'm getting ready to plant some of these right here, some of these seedlings, bell peppers, and actually I have a few jalapeños as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure out or lay out my measuring tape so I can measure out 12 inches between each plant, because pepper plants like room. They need between, I would say, 12 to 16 or so inches in between so they can spread out and grow. And I'm just going to lay down my pepper plants every 12 inches. All right, this is my first row. now basically I'm just lining these up so they can be equal with the rest of them on the other side. One more. I have a few plants that are struggling, as you can see, but we're going to try to bring these jokers back to life. And since I only have a few left, I'm just going to space it out a little bit more. Actually, these have 2 in each, so I'm going to split these apart. So, make the adjustment. So 1, 2, that's going to be for those 2. Okay, so step 1. All right, guys, so we have our plant food. We have a little bit of blood meal that we're gonna put in. A little bit of bone meal. And some all-purpose organic fertilizer that's pretty even all around on the potassium, nitrogen, and the phosphorus. So, all right, first thing we're gonna do is, first I need my pad. Get your handy dandy kneeling pad. Oh, ooh, that's helpful. So I'm gonna push this out. We're just gonna dig a space where this pot will sit. And since we already put the compost and everything in it, and more raised bed soil, all we need to do is just put a little bit of food in it and drop it down in the dirt. My roots, they all right. They white. It's not a whole, they're not long, super long, but they there. So we just gonna give it a little TLC to nourish it, and we're gonna watch it thrive. So I'm only putting in about a tablespoon of bone meal, and this will help with the root development. About a handful of fertilizer. Then we're going to drop it. Backfill it. And then we'll put a little bit of blood meal at the top. cover a little bit more. And that is it. Now, wait a minute. If I see some of the leaves are a little low, I just snatch off the little bottom leaves. Matter of fact, I'm gonna snatch this one off too. Bam. That's it. Put my trowel. Actually, my bad, I forgot to tell you guys to mix it up a little bit. Backfill it. Tear off these little leaves at the bottom. A little blood meal. Help turn it green. This is nitrogen. Slide on down. Okay, gang, as you all can see, this raised bed is done. All the pepper seedlings are put in place, and now what's next to do is to water these in with a water soluble plant fertilizer. That's my husband sneezing in the back, y'all. Once we water it in with the water soluble fertilizer, we're gonna put some pine bark, you probably can see, mulch right here on top, and then let it grow. All right. Alright, so before we get to watering our plants with the water soluble fertilizer, I forgot to mention that we're going to stake some of these plants because I don't have enough stakes for the pepper plants, and it's good to go ahead and stake your pepper plants when you plant them, so as they grow you can start attaching them to the rod stick here or planting stake here, so as they grow they'll grow up tall and straight and won't lean over too much. Okay, and so as you can see, I have inserted one of these stakes already. This is actually a 3-foot stake, and I'm hoping it's going to be tall enough. Right now it looked pretty short to me, but I'm feeling regretful because I feel like I should have got the 4-foot stakes. But anyhow, we're gonna make do with what we got and go from there. All right, gang, so we're at the point where we're going to water this in and then put the mulch on top. So like I said, we're using a water soluble plant fertilizer. This here is by Miracle Grow, and I'm using this because we already put the granules down, but it takes some time for the granules to break down and decompose. And so in the meantime, we're gonna give it some liquid fertilizer. All right, so according to the label, you're supposed to use 1.5 tablespoons per 1.5 gallon of water. I have a 3-gallon bucket here, So I'm just gonna be putting 3 tablespoons. See, 1. 2. 3. And actually, I'm gonna give it a little bit more because my plants need some help. Bump it 4. That's how we do around here. Over and above. That's what we like. So, make sure this is on a shower because I don't want this blasting on me. Get a little closer here. You can see how this is breaking down. Ain't that so pretty? Pretty pink. Alright y'all, so since I don't have a watering can, I'm going to be using this bucket and this little red Dixie cup to water in. And I'm going to give each one about, let's see, about 3 scoops of water each. So I'm going to have to do this several times. Some time. So ultimately I'm going to end up buying myself a watering can that will help this along, the kind that has a long skinny spout, not the kind that kind of showers over the plants, because I'm trying to get directly to the root. I don't want to be wetting the leaves all up, but they will get a little bit of water today. But in the future I'm going to try to have me a watering can with that long skinny spout to kind of have a more direct aim at the root. Alright, so as you can see, I enlisted the help of my husband because this is going to take way too long with that little Dixie cup. So we're going to work together and get this done. All around. Alright, is it time to refill? Put a little water in here. A little more. I'm gonna turn it off now.
Pause it. You know you got that much juice in your thing. You got a lot of space.
I know. This here is my broccoli and cabbage that hasn't grown yet.
Missing two.
Okay.
You want to help me spread this out, Tracy?
Why you acting like I'm lazy on camera?
Oh.
I like watching you do it. You do it so pretty. The thing is, my husband's supposed to be on vacation right now. But he not on vacation from home. That's how that works. Alright gang, so we are complete. We're done with this process of planting pepper seedlings. I'm going away. So we're done with the process of planting our pepper seedlings. Again, these are bell peppers mixed with a few jalapeno peppers in here. We applied some amended soil. We put some fertilizer. We watered it in with some water-soluble fertilizer, and now we're just watering the whole bed so that the roots can become stronger and reach for the water in other places other than near its base. So anyway, that's how you plant pepper plants in a raised bed, and we can't wait to see the process and growth of these seedlings into mature plants. And yeah, hope this video this man, what is wrong with this? Hopefully, well, not hopefully, these plants will thrive and we will be successful in having some pepper plants. And like I was saying before, hopefully you've learned something and you can take away and see that you can grow pepper plants within a raised bed. Okay, until next time. You gonna say bye?
All right, peace out. Okay, what do you think? Think it's good?
I think it look good.
Okay, cool. over here.
Okay guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.